What I got here is my Hex Schmitt trigger oscillator / noisemaker device. It's made from cannibalized fire alarm parts. I have this plugged into my guitar amp right now. I put a 1/4-inch out jack on this thing so you could really make some loud noises. Let's see here. Yes, the pot is wired backwards, so turning it down turns it up, and vice versa. Pretty fun. Now, unplugged, what's fun about this is the piezo electric transducer. You can stick your thumb over this thing and get kind of a cool, let's see, you gotta hold it a certain way, so all your fingers and thumbs can connect with the right controls. Let's see if you can hear this. There's a better way to do this. Countless hours of fun for the wee ones and those of us who refuse to grow up. So let's crack it open and take a look inside. I'm sure it's an atrocity of wiring because yours truly designed it. 16-year-old daughter did the other half of the wiring some years ago. The original request was, let's build a theremin. And being a somewhat cheap but resourceful bastard, also impatient, I decided I would salvage parts from an old fire alarm and build kind of a poor man's theremin. Alright, well, got the screws out. Ho-ho! Now that is spaghetti. It didn't have to be this way. What's going on here? I can't quite remember. Well, there certainly is an abundance of wire, so obviously there's some optimizations that can be made. So the chip number is MM74C14N. This is a Hex Schmitt. It's designed to create the obnoxious 3100 hertz. Hurts your ears pure tone via the electromagnetic transducer. The other quickie thing that didn't really work out very well was the momentary switch, salvaged from an old mouse and flush mounted using super glue and not 1,000-mile-an-hour tape, but 2-mile-an-hour electrode tape. So, you know, this is it's pretty shitty. It does work. It's not road ready. V1. And I kind of forgot about this thing here. This is chip number MCP6042, which I believe is an op amp. I actually don't remember, but it makes sense. The capacitor is it says 104 on it, 104 ceramic, so that's 0.1 picofarad cap. Yeah, so honestly, I think the op amp isn't doing much. I believe the result is dubious at best. However, it's wired in there, and I'm going to ignore it. The cool thing about Hex Schmitt chips is there's usually, on one like this, there's like 6 channels of Hex Schmitt trigger magic waiting to be wired up and exploited. Well, here's the schematic. You've seen this 1,000 times before if you've looked around on the internet for this kind of a circuit. Handheld fun for everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any, if you've built something similar, go ahead and drop a link down in the comments so we can all take a look. A lot of fun to mess around with, and Hex Schmitt, I mean, super interesting stuff. Barely scratched the surface here. This is just sort of a take one on, well, on a lot of things.
What are you doing? Kind of like crickets.
Crickets! Well, I spent part of the day rewiring this to clean up the entanglement issues. Did a couple of things. Put a resistor on the, I think this is a 500K pot, just to reduce the overall hoo-ha flow. So it's got less range, but I think the sweep is more complete. Well, a couple other things. Earlier I mentioned that the chip was only a 6 volt or 5 volt or something like that. The one in this device is an MM74C14N. Datasheet says it's 15 volt max, or 16 volt actually. Ultimate maximum voltage maximum voltage before the thing blows up, 16 volts. Or before the warranty is invalidated. Another thing that I did was on the chip, the output, I fed into pin out number 3. That's the second trigger on the chip. So I got a little bit of a boost. Wow, that sounds great. Yeah. What else modifications did I make? Well, let's take a look here. Now, yeah, interestingly enough, the piezo speaker is also a nice microphone. Hello! 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 Oh, Jesus. Ow! It's a little prettier than it was. It's not incredibly improved, but I think since the previous year my soldering skills have improved ever so slightly. I put the chip on this big board here because what I was going to do was do a 1 or 2 transistor amplification circuit, and I breadboarded it this morning and had the output of the Schmitt trigger running into that, and had the shit trigger output going into the thing, and I just couldn't get enough. I mean, I just don't think you can really drive this thing. This is meant to resonate at and get really loud at what is it, 3100 hertz or something. It can still do that, but you can't really drive other frequencies very loudly. So there you have it, just kind of a cleaned up wiring job. 4.7K resistor hardwired in line onto the potty tenchi. What is this? This is, I think, a 500K spinner. And I can't even read it, but I think that's a 50K. These are good pots, though. Super smooth, really nice. These are freebies from my guitar making pal, David Micah. Yeah, I'm going to plug David Micah as many times as I can. He makes good shit. You should check it out. I mean, you know, this could really be improved in a lot of ways. I'm only using 2 channels of the Hex Schmitt trigger now, and the switch is bogus. It's lamely installed. I mean, you could pop it out of there pretty easily. I like having a momentary switch so that I can do this fun game. The port on the casing, use your thumb over that thing, and you get kind of a weird didgeridoo thing going on. Yeah, turn on the reverb. So anyways, that's kind of fun. Hex Schmitt triggers countless hours of fun for everyone, the entire family. Like I said, I think I already went over this. Jettison the transistor amplification circuit and just went with feedback of the of 1 channel. Yeah, went with simplicity on this one. Yeah, experimenter's paradise. You know, if you have some ideas on how to improve this, go ahead and fire away down in the comments section. Drop them down below, and I'll take a lookie. Also, if you've built something similar to this, great. Send me a link. I'd love to check it out. Love to improve the slate of the arts. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.